Hey guys. Fail. Hey guys. Oh damn, it's not. Hey. Oh, there's my mod. Give me a second. There we go. Better. Oh, you should be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. We are back for Hypixel. So this event is over. Now get like, I don't know, like 1 p every 2 hours or so. So we should be good, I think. I think leveling them up further would just take away the money. Away the reason. Maybe I should, because I will also do gardening stuff. There we go. I also did, like I just said, a bit of gardening today. I was finished farming my lunch break. Could I please open the teleporter pad? Thank you. Can show it in more details later if you guys want. Oh, he's still there. Still there. Have the AFK on my island? Anyway, that's how we solved it. For the pumpkin part, I have to make here stairs and like. But with that, it should be I should be able. To have both pumpkins and melons here. I farmed for like 2.5 million roundabout. Haven't sold them yet. Okay. I'm still debating if I should sell them or if I should make the melon armor. Then because I'm not sure what is the better crop. Sell. Also start other stuff. Hey Benjamin. Because like that are like 480 and that are just 20, so might be slightly better melons. 80. Does the same drop. This is worth way more. So maybe mushrooms would be better. But you only get like one mushroom. Sugarcane is worse than potatoes. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, you have friends. Go out with. That's. But yeah, created this little pattern here for this farm, so I also entirely able to AFK this farms. I just walk like this, collecting stuff. This I just backwards in theory. Not perfect. Like having it in a long row where you only have to like walk like 3 rows or 4 rows. Better. How many rows we have? One. The 4 rows. 4 rows props. But yeah. Now we have to grow them. And I don't have a good hoe yet, so that will be painful. I can buy the weakest of the special hoes, so it won't be too painful. You know, it's pretty painful. I am kind of happy that when I was like reaching garden update level, that I already had some medals saved up and I go ahead and buy them. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's just for copper, bronze. That's it. But and we have one, and yeah, that takes. So as then we probably have finished. Buy this one, just one. Go planting. I think we could stack 3 or 4 of these. Yeah, over each. Hey, Benjamin. I'm not sure. Have to. I can at least stack 3 on top of each other, which means I can have wheat, potato, carrots all in one. I'm not sure if this design is better, where I walk like horizontal more, or the balance where I like drop down 3 layers and then use stairs to get up. Better. But I think if I have like five plots unlocked in one row, probably will go ahead and make them drop down every layer. Climb up once. Because then I empty. Be careful or I will plant weed. Place you. But I think for a 1-block operations is here to build. That's so much better than planting them. Just planting the melons ever. Why I haven't planted the potatoes yet. Who says that? Hi, Chris. Cheers. Good old stretch. That's necessary. I'm spent that entire day first reading through documentation for work and then playing Minecraft in my lunch break and then continue AFKing while continue reading. I'm not sure if I should be happy or sad about the new program company came up with to automate their tests. I mean, on one hand, it solves every problem I ever had with the old software I'm supposed to use. On the other hand, it's now so easy. Probably grow bored very quick. Because it's like, you're not programming it anymore, you're actually just recording it. I could, with the software, I could record how to build one of these farms. And then I just, yeah, could just use it as macroing, which probably would never, no one would pay for a company program to macro in a game, but you know, it's fascinating, the idea. Because a few years back, 18 or so, I was playing Dragon Quest 11, and all Dragon Quest parts have like a casino. And if you want specific items, you have to play the casino. And because it's a kids game, you have better chances of winning than losing. So after accumulating enough money, it was just a question of time until I get enough to get this item. And I was looking everywhere on the internet in the hope that I find a program that could just automate the placement of the chips. Hey, Benjamin. It was nice that you were here. Normally a bit lonely in my gardening area. This program, it would have been not only possible, it would have been so easy. He has to go. He has real life. He has friends. Imagine. Don't even know how that feels, having friends. I mean, honestly, the accountants, people, and my company are so worried that they know question where I am if I don't go over to them in my lunch break. Or inviting me randomly dinner or stuff. I don't have friends. Chris, I don't have any. Closest to a friend is a colleague I have, who half of the time I just want to choke him. No, more than half of the time. Because he's a fucking idiot, and if he's in a wrong mood, he acts like, not a baby, but like a really young child. I have an impressive story. He doesn't have a printer. And because he had something for me, wanted to give me, and I have a printer, he came to visit me. And he's like, he lives in the biggest city in the surrounding area. Doesn't have a car, so he used the train. And I like drove to the next train station to get him. I was there in time. And the prices to leave your car at the train station are high. I really didn't want to pay it, so I asked him where he is. And he like, yeah, his train arrived, he's here, he doesn't know where to go. I should come and get him. And I was like, dude, just, you know, every train station, like every line has like, at least in Germany, I don't know other, but they probably have some sort of marking, have like A to F on the train track. And the main building is normally in the middle. I was, dude, just go to the first track and walk to A. I can see the sign with the A on it. You just go there, you can see my car. And he didn't came. After a while I was driving around looking if I find a cheaper parking slot, he even stopped answering my calls and my messages, and he just completely ghosted me, was sitting on the waiting area, like 20 meters away from the A sign. Like, he had clear sight to the sign. And he just waited there until I said, fuck you, I pay the €5 to like park my car for 30 seconds. No, he didn't got lost. Like, really, it was like 30 seconds, but I had to pay like €5 for an entire hour because that was the only that you could buy. I mean, sure, you could have said, yeah, for 30 seconds, you could have just, you know, don't pay and pray that the chances that someone comes over in this time are pretty slim, right? But I mean, I didn't know that he is like 10 meters or 20 meters away from this damn sign. I thought I had to look in the entire train station because I thought he got lost. And it's just too embarrassed to say it because it's a pretty small train station. But nope, he just was sitting there, had a clear line of sight to the sign, and he was like, nah, nah. Just make me unnecessary trouble. I'm not yelling often, but I yelled loud enough in the entire train station. Like, all people inside were looking up what the hell is going on. Because I was so mad. Money for him is not something important, I think. As long as he has enough to eat, it's not important for him. I mean, there are more or less bets every once in a while where he says, hey, I dare you to get pink kitty ear headphones or something. I will pay them for you if you wear them outside. But I just want to be a bit safe with my money. I mean, I have enough for living. I have enough to pay my car without having to worry about, or to buy myself a really expensive desk. But I don't want to waste it for stuff that could have been solved so easily. And that's the closest to a friend I have. So... I wish that these buttons would have like a delete. So you could just... I think I grow potatoes. I kind of want to keep the original farms, like the area I see. I want to get the pre-created plots, maybe with a bit of like a bit better setup, but something nice looking. And the high power plots I want to put out of sight. And that is Minecraft. Don't you like it, being able to do this? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you won't say that. I mean, they even gave you a tool that allows you to copy paste these farms without having to need the resources, because you need such a high amount of stuff in Hypixel Skyblock. It would just take forever to get that amount. I thought it would have. So, for my first ever pumpkin farm, on my first profile, it took me a week, Chris. A week. An entire week to build it. I mean, sure, that was pre-garden. Farming was pretty weak there. It wasn't really worth it. But yeah, then someone gave me the builder's wand, which made that I still need the Infinity Dirt and the builder's wand together, but it still took me like a week, not a week, half a week or so to build an entire layer. And I had like 5 layers of so. And now it's just, yeah, you have those plots. You don't even need that big farms anymore because the growing speed is really high now. That wasn't in the beginning. In the beginning of the garden, you had the normal growth speed, but they buffed the growth speed a bit. I mean, you see it, it's grown. Made those plots which you can copy paste. If your farm fits in one of those, then don't do it, Chris. I have the problem at the moment that I can barely stay a week long enough for a day. But I try really hard to stay awake for an entire day. But for example, today I did not sleep. It was hard, yes. Did it? I'm proud of it. Okay. Little area here. Do we have any signs? Perfect, because then I can go in and just... Yeah, another tool would be better here. But I don't have that tool, so I have to use what I have. So try to stay awake. If you somehow are able to stay awake. Oh no, that's a bad place to... Just thinking how I could make it easier to play. Because I would have to place one of these. I mean, I could use dirt. It would be easier to remove. Chris, have you ever tried if you can play Hypixel, if it's crossplay compatible? I mean, they made so much possible. I could imagine it's crossplay possible. It's without mods, so... Could really try. Because why not? It's a great game. And I personally are still looking for... Since when? You're the one who begged me for an entirety of a year to join your servers. Yeah, that was... If you don't want, then if you're not into Minecraft anymore, then that's fine. Just thought it might be fun. Play together, everyone. There's no way I can do this without destroying the... I mean, honestly... I can do this. Oh wait, I'm such an idiot. There we go. You don't want them? Don't do it. Oh, I didn't have enough. Great. You're lying to me. Still have a few here. Used up all the bricks I had. I'm too lazy to make more stone. Just buy it. I remember me that before that an hour or like 2 hours, 1 hour or so before, I have to buy a stack of the piggy things so we can contend. Need more loot from it. Yeah. But I have to waste 300k in the hope that I get a few goodies out of it. Don't do it. Just ask nicely. Don't have to do it if you don't want to. Yeah, the second reason why the plots are nice is because building these farms, it just takes so many resources. It's immense. But with the gardening plots, I just have to build one of the stacked farms. I could even just copy paste this layout, make the runways longer. I hate that they take the stuff from your inventory first. Because the stuff in your inventory, like big stuff like that, when your blocks weren't enough. But with them taking them first out of your inventory, you have to always go into... Had a good down. Oh, someone is out the cage. Who? Then I don't have to go over this area. No, that's wrong. I'm such... Nithe! Hey! How are you? Waste some. There we go. Where I have. Well, I can't really control them that much. I waited with talking for till that was over, so at least according to my stats. You know, just because it's easier, I will just here choose. Not really. I'm not much into shooters. Especially not stuff like Battle Royale based. I play sometimes Far Cry, but that's all shoot I play. If I'm honest with you. Like the one streamer who never played Valorant or any of these games. I plan on keeping it that way because I really do not. Yeah, which crop should I plant on the second layer of the farm? I don't know. Wheat, maybe? Don't really need. Well, I need them to fill my compost for the lot. I think carrots would fit better because there's okay. It's crazy how everything is already full grown with few pieces. Just insane. Just full. There we go. Here. Moved. That should it be. The other stuff should be blocked off by the dirt. Great. To build this farm doesn't take that long. That's great. There are custom stuff from Hypixel. Builder's ruler, I can build the collect or place a row of blocks. Infinite dirt. For 1 coin, I get 1 block of dirt. Infinite water bucket. Basket of seeds, which places an entire row of seeds. Bow of great tilling, which builds an area of 3x3. Teleport. A gold pickaxe with efficient sticks on it. A few months ago, this would be a bit easier. Because then you could use teleporter in the garden. Just TP between different rows of your farm. There are not many teleporters, but it was enough to be able to manage all the farms. But they removed the teleporters. I know you have to always have like egg form or be able to be AFK these farms. Wanted to stop the macro and people using scripts. Honestly, they probably heard more the normal player than they heard the people thing. Example, I really like gardening. Just while doing work or working. Or just read a book because it's nice and relaxing sound. Just had to hold down 1 or 2 buttons depending on farm design. It doesn't work that good anymore. You have to get creative. But you also don't need that huge farms anymore because they increased the growth. So you only need 1 plot per crop, and if you stack them on top of each other, you can crops who use the same layout. Was wrong. Very start. But I found a farm design even for the more complex ones. Melon pumpkins, even though it took me an entire stream yesterday. Figure something. I'm done. I still hate that you can't place it where already flowing water is. You have to do it like this. Quite annoying. But still better than filling up everything with a bucket. Which I had to do when I built my first farms on my profile. Oh, yeah, that was... I didn't know that prismarine pumps exist, and I didn't have the resources to get a magical water bucket. Means I had to actually make a water source. Took me forever. how quick that is. We might actually be able to stack 4 of these on top of each other. Which... but maybe I should only stack 3 on top of each other because I need another plot anyway. And I kinda want the mushroom separated by color. I could just stack... Ah, but the mushrooms also have another sign. Mushrooms, I need 5. I don't need for anything. I could stack 4 of these other. Last one with full sand, maybe. Throw the nether board. Yeah, that was quickly built. Like that very much. Oh, you're not allowed. Getting really nervous if you are near the piece. Please stop being near the piece. Thank you. I'm an idiot times 2. That done. Could now either focus third layer and finish the farm for now because I haven't unlocked the nether wart yet. Or I go ahead and plant pumpkin. I think I make this. I love how it fits exactly the with the normal ground. Love that. Perfect. It's just here. Fun. Maybe a bit claustrophobic, but don't need space. Throw drops. It's not an Hypixel. Real life, it's a bit. Oh, did I forget to kill something there? So nothing get a medal from. Not without the farming tools. Blockwas was right. Getting tools is important. I was sleeping a bit on farming because I need the money now. And quick. But I also need money to do dungeons. I'm not strong enough for. Yeah. Want the good loot from the chests? Oh, and I also need more hot potato boxes. I have a sword. But I have 2 swords. Not sure which one I should use. The zombie sword? Be good against all types of mobs. No, the dungeon-sized weapon. Doesn't get the boost dungeon. It doesn't have a ranged attack or melee attack or something. Red Lord sword does nearly no damage without using. Maybe I just use zombie sword as backup if I use it Red Lord. That would make me pretty use it Red Lord sword. I would have 5 weapons and my armor. Better if I use the mage armor. Greatly reduce my survivability in the dungeon. I mean, I don't need to be quick in the dungeon. Just need to be able to survive. After I survived, I can go with a higher damage. It's just about like the first run of a dungeon. After I did this, I can use a higher damage, less survivability setup. Because I won't have to do it alone. Should have bought this earlier. Thought it would be wasted for the pump farm. But I can run without having to make a break. Ready be. How are you, Alert? Are you playing the Technoblade event to its fullest? Techno, call it like that because I'm from. That's great. Sorry, I forgot. Still a bit scared that I don't get enough resources to buy the art ones. Even though I have 17, here 5, or nearly 75, the other 4 pig minions. Half of them with super compactor. I got like 3 or 4 enchanted. Then okay. Not much. I don't know. We'll see how day and then start panicking. I mean, I was at my home every few hours. Island. Yeah, I probably. But I need more. Need more minions. But I also have to upgrade my garden. Figure out which crop is the best. Because not I'm like 1/3 done of the money I need. So I still have get quite a bit of money. Maybe melons are not the best for money making, so fruits and stuff. And on my other profile, I get like 1 million just from wheat seeds in 20 minutes. But kind of don't have wheat. I kind of don't have this type of farming fortune equipment. It's way harder to get good equipment now. Garden upgrade, update. I am for already like 2 months. At least one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count. I'm further on the Ironman than I ever was on my other profiles, though. So much to Ironman being hard. I was playing Ironman without Ironman already before, though. Right now I need 10 million. So I one-shot salads. I have the same Heart of the Mountain level. I eat only 3 rubies away from my first drill. That's all stuff that I never got my first profile. Oh, I don't have some of the comfortable things. Sorry that I have my garden stuff on. Mineral, I have Arcna, I have Glassite, I have Miner, I have Ender. I have a freaking recap. I have a Revenant Falcon. This one I'm one of my newest. Not that impressive, but still hard to get at the beginning. I have a maxed out Epic Raider. I have a lot of good things. I have always something to do. Well, you can only speed it up that much. And I missed. Done. Staircase. Imagine having to build a staircase. First, just get the obsidian for the tree cap. Took 4 days. So shut up, I would say. I wouldn't be that polite. What would I need help? Because I never take help. That's the entire reason I started. Why you're not allowed to help me with catacombs? I'm doing catacombs on my own. There's no way to help. And I know what I do. For the most part. Technically can do it if I have someone who stays outside. And sure, I have to ask ChatGPT always what to do. That's so hilarious and just long. Should we ask ChatGPT how I get enough pork chop to get all the stuff from Technoblade? Maybe ChatGPT can answer. Who knows? In Ugh. Hmm. Hmm. I just go continue. Till I haven't asked yet. I forgot my password. Okay. New chat. How How do I get enough money and enchanted cooked pork chop to buy one of each item sold by the pig shop? Okay. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, first, gain money. Engage in activities that generate income, such as mining, farming, or trading with other players. Look for valuable resources, such as diamonds or emeralds, and sell them to other players or in the marketplace. Consider taking on quests or missions, offer monetary rewards. Participate in events or competitions that offers prizes and money. Since when are diamonds and emeralds valuable? Since when do we have quests that actually give you a lot of money? Maybe on Isles, but not where I am. Second, enchanted cooked pork chop. Acquire an enchantment table by crafting or trading with other players. Gather experience points by defeating mobs, mining, or farming. Using the experience point to enchant a book or directly enchant the cooked pork chop using the enchantment table. Enchantments like unbreaking or efficiency can increase the value of the cooked pork chop. Calculate the total cost. Visit the pig shop and note down the prices of each item you want to buy. Add up the prices and calculate the total cost. Selling items. Evaluate your inventory for any valuable items or resources that you can sell to gain more money. Consider trading with other players or using in-game marketplace to sell your items for a good price. Trading. Engage in trade with other players to acquire the necessary items. Offer your items or service in exchange for the enchanted pork chop or the required money. Saving and budgeting. It's a total cost too high. Create a budget and save up over time. Prioritize your spending and focus on acquiring the items that are most important to you first. Remember that the specific mechanics and options may vary depending on the game or platform you're playing on. Okay, how about I use the same question, but write on Hypixel Skyblock. Great. Why can't I? Okay. Okay, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Alert. Money generation. Engage in money making, such farming valuable crops like pumpkin, sugarcane, or melon. Invest in minion setups to automate resource gathering, selling them. Participate in dungeons, explore the end dimension, utilize the auction. Enchanting Nope. Nope. Enchanted cooked pork chop are still with enchantment like efficiency, luck of the sea, or looting. Explore high yield farming strategies like pumpkins. Sure. Pumpkins are one of the worst things to farm because they yield like nothing. Great. Here, it should. That's so dumb, isn't it? Wait, I just realized that there's a slight problem. Did you? Thank you. But not a big problem. There we go. Look, isn't that a really nice looking farm, even though it's a mass producing one? Honestly, surprised. I mean, we have a nice entrance area. It would be on a area where we can actually have yes, you would have a nice even space for a chest system. Now I have to make meat. And I'm not sure if I should add another layer or not. Oh, I just realized something. That will be a mess. It'll be fun. Probably go right. Back. Making. You just missed pumpkin. The old gang could have been together. How are you, King? True. I will never share the secret again because it's so important and game breaking. Cannot risk it. The prices of pork chop would just drop forever and would never recover again. Imagine you're sending too OP. Way too OP. They would catch it and probably, I don't know, remove enchanted cooked pork chop forever out of the game. Oh. Oops. There were not many blocks. Damn. I'm not farming then, I'm just building the farm. Because I'm not sure which crop gives me the most money. But I farmed at least from 3 p.m. to... I don't know. I farmed pretty long and it only got like 2.5 million from melons, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. I thought maybe potatoes would give me more money, but I'm not sure. If anyone knows what gives good money, please tell me, because I have no... On my other profile, my farming is good enough that it doesn't matter for the stuff I would need it for at the moment. So still, I tried, but like from one run on my farm, which takes 20 minutes, it just got 800 enchanted ones. I thought I might be wrong. Because I also thought I remembered that it's that. What the hell? Did I just... Oh yeah, I wanted the calculator. But there are a million per hour. No, I don't have enough for Ruby. Like, till I can make money through mining, Heart of the Mountain 6 or 7, I read. Till then, farming is way better. Especially beginner friendlier. That's the biggest problem. If I would have enough, I would probably try out mining. But besides that, I'm often sleep on the daily commission. Even if I wouldn't have slept on it, I wouldn't have reached necessary Heart of the Mountain. I mean, I'm close to a drill, but not that close. I would still need like first 20k or so for my first drill. And then I could start thinking about, hey, how about we farm for other stuff? Also, still not sure if I get enough pork chop from my... Looking! Holy crap! Why do I see so many people from last year in the last few days? God damn it! That's been a while. And even if I would have done it, I wouldn't have been high enough. They've risen from the death. Even if I would have done the commissions every day, I wouldn't have a high enough out of the month. That's a pretty new profile. Side lurking. I was talking not like a year time spent on like last year. You're not the only one who showed up. Yesterday Tim showed up. Just a few minutes ago Pumpkin was here. Also people I haven't seen for an eternity. Everyone goes like, oh my god, you're playing Ironman now, you have no what you do. Why are you doing that? I think the most death we ever encounter, that we encounter is through stream elements. So if you take it out, that's great. Ooh, Elliot is coming into the ring. Will you be able to fight him off and stay on top? Will you die? Oh. Arrived. Trouble here. Then I have to make a plot with mushrooms. I probably should use 2-layer for mushrooms, even though the growing speed is higher. They're still damn slow. Never underestimate lurking. He's always watching. Don't wanna mess with him. Question is, can you keep it going? Or not? Always lurking in the shadows. Never know when he will attack. What he will. Nope, I haven't seen. I don't know, I kinda gave up on whole community thing. Oh, he realized. Yay. The two's lurking. I probably pronounce it's probably letters, but I always read it lit. That's how I pronounce it. Well, there's not much to have to. Just realized this small little might be able to solve a bit of the doors. Until now he's killing you every single time you show up, so I wouldn't be worried about it. But yeah, lurking. I kinda gave up on stuff, because every time I try to do an SMP either on my own or with some other people, it just ends up with me working overtime to get it somehow done, or trying to fix uprising problems while everyone else is just not helpful at best. And I'm sick of it. Sick and tired of it. If I do one of my own, then people are just disregarding my authority. It's even more annoying. Because it's one thing if they don't listen, if we're just a group of players who decides that someone is the leader. But it's worse if you're the owner of the server and no one is listening. Can't just murder your problems, because that would mean I have to murder them RL. And as far as I know, that's forbidden. So okay, see you soon. One of many reasons I started to play. Games like FNAF and horror games and Hypixel and Assassin's Creed. Sick of it. I still wish for a nice server. Build. Take my time and just have fun, but it seems like that's not what most players want. I don't care anymore. And Gart. I'm betting my money on Alert. I have to bet my money. Why did that not work? Well, you always come back, don't you? Besides, you didn't lost against Tim, you lost against Lurking, and that's another thing. Because I already used them. That's how I filled them till there, but then they don't connect. You can't place them where water already is, so I have to fill it up by hand. Where it messes it up. So with that, we have, I think, enough space for all types of crops that I have unlocked. Because we put now 3 plots in 1 plot. Should have space for sugarcane and carrots, mushrooms. And I still can put the pumpkins away in theory and plant them in the AFK-able farm. Even though that will take hours again. If I have to rebuild this farm, I will start differently. I know now it's way easier to build the AFK-able pumpkin and melon farm if you just start with the bottom layer and put like 3 away from the borders. Then just plant it normally. You have to already plant some before you do the next layer, because if not, it will get pretty painful pretty quick. But that you learn just while doing. And I also learned that you cannot do a bubble elevator. Oh yeah, guys, I have to show you still the farm. Ooh, but my time is running out. Okay, I show you the farm and then we go into the shiny pigs. Break it. For everyone who is interested how it works. Maybe no one is, and I waste my time. I could damn for other stuff. So the melon start is actually down here. And now I have 1 more row, but then it wouldn't, like, I would have such a long run around and stupid. So it works pretty similar to the one I built on my other profile, besides that I have to build it like that so I don't destroy the stems. And after you walk through the 3 layers, you end up here with the stairs and you can just continue without moving. And in theory, I haven't completely tried it out yet. Yeah, and with the drop downs, we have signs down there. So the stuff doesn't grow. Why are you misgrowing? How dare you? And in theory, with the pumpkins, walk in the other direction. Walk then, like, come out here from underground. Walk up like this. Go there. Like 1 block deeper in. If we have to walk, get to the start, we just walk on the higher one. I think about placing doors here. Oh, I don't know why you want to get timed out, but sure. So you can't fall down. Oh, okay, apparently I had reached the height limit, so I can't build there. I mean, I could probably do it 1 lower. I'm not sure about that yet. So, because you have to go on like 90 degrees anyway. So, you walk in a straight line. I'm not sure if it's necessary. But yeah. That's how you fully AFK it without having teleporters. Hey, they... Hold on there. Huh. Okay, now let's go home. Let's get rid of the building stuff. Throw the dirt. Void. Oh. Then we have to get 320 A coins. Deposit. Draw 320 A. Good. 1 stack of shiny orbs. Let's look if we again get the 16 got a lobby to myself. Holy crap. 16 million artifact. Or if we actually get something useful this time. I would prefer something useful. 3k coins are not useful. Farming for dummies, on the other hand, is very useful. Great. That's a pig. Tiny pig. Where do you land? Over there. Go. Could you please go up there? Go. Oh, that is very useful. That is very useful. That's not useful. I actually don't know how we should get enough Farming for Dummies books, guys. Because using 300k per day on shiny pigs is already a lot of money, and I need the money for the Art of War. The other stuff. Welcome back. Who needs fishing XP? Okay, the next time I try to do Skyblock best, but still. What the? Yeah, the spear is pretty OP. And a couple of people tried, but no one managed to get it. Hey guys, what should I do if I get a potato talisman again? Can't really give it away, can I? Is there a way how an Ironman player can give? Probably not. Because we can't accept anything. Do you remember Pizza Pro? He still haven't given back my tool. Oh, it was good that I haven't given him the good stuff. Trash that Ooh, a hot potato book! It's not super good, but it saves me 20 minutes. Don't say no to it. Ooh, let's go! The second Harvest 2 book! We only need 7 more. Let's go! Come on, go up there. Am I the only one who thinks that's pretty sad, that the potato talisman? Oh, thank you for the follow, kitty boy. And we reached our goals for the second time. Hopefully this time we stay there. Hey, could you please? I was always afraid of one of you going in there. You out of there is annoying. Well, I'm fine. How are you? Go in there. Yeah. Picky, 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 picky. There's another one. Oh, no. Good. Which orb is it? Can you please go out of the water, pig? Please. Do me a favor. Thank you. Me XP. I need more books. Farming for dummies. Well, I can't really help. I got it, but even if I want, I couldn't trade it away. I still think it's pretty sad. That's what I said. That it's just a common talisman. I still need everything from this event. And with me being Ironman, this event is the only chance I can get those items. So I'm pretty desperate, but I'm also can't waste too much money, because if I waste too much money, I'm not able to buy the other stuff. I hope you get it. I just hope I get a few more Farming for Dummies books. I have 6 books. What I need. Where did my pig go? Piggy! And I need also like a ton of money and a ton of pork chop, and I have no clue how I should get all of this. Piggy. Bye. Oh wait, potato. They both start with P. I'm like, yay, enchanted P! Pork chop. Nice. Then I read, oh no. Oh no. Oh. Just potatoes. Because the Art of War needs a ton of pork chop. And even though I have given up getting enough that I would be safe, I at least want one for my collection. Yep. Have you never looked at the pig shop? Potatoes. Here, the Art of War. 7 million and 2 grilled enchanted grilled pork chop. We get the Blood God crest. only has half a stack and 1 million. And Stantis ring. I can buy this too, but I'm lacking the money and the resources to get the Art of War. Just hope that my minions are producing enough. That I find a better crop than melons to make money from. Well, I think you can. If you're gardening. It takes a while, but it's possible and it's AFKable. Bad. Only problem is if you like have no tools for gardening, like I have. Makes it up just slightly harder. Well, it's the only time of the year where you can't get this book. I try my best to get it, but I won't cry if I don't get it. Pumpkin is, as far as I know, that good. But it's still better setup than I have. I have just the gardening axe and just thanks to the gardening up. Getting the medals are so hard. Oh, the ranger boots and the that's not bad. I'm arguing with me right now if I should use the melons I farm first to get the melon set. Or if I just sell it for money and give up on the idea of getting out. Because melon set would improve my farming so much. But I might even make more money if I just use craft the melon set than selling it. But I'm still, I think 100 planted melon blocks away till I actually get it. So then I just decided to save up some melons. And if I get enough to get out of war, maybe. Also pork chop resource, get out of war. And if not, I will just get melon set. If I don't know, Friday get like so much, I try to get both. Not yet. My farming level is not high enough that the ranger boots would be better than the melon boots. And getting the ranger boots would take way longer than getting the melon boots. And my natural speed is somewhat decent enough for most crops. Not perfect, but it's good enough. You not get do this, please pick. And getting the wash thing way easier with 4 pieces. From what I experienced on my other profile, where I spent weeks farming, better if you get 4 pieces first. Oh, nice. Great. Awesome. At least say you can craft pretty easily, so at least diamond spread you can assume potato spread. Somewhat easy. Yo, my second harvesting 6 book today! That makes 3 in total. But like 1/3 of the amount I need. Let's go! So great. Like, guys. Yesterday I just had so much luck because the game was preparing to give me the potato talent. That's the only reason I didn't get any till after I got the talisman. The game was like, hey, that's a 1 in a time chance, and he doesn't even know that it exists, so we just give it to her. It doesn't give anything. Make it fair. Oh, that's bad. Bad. Not again in here. Oh well, this time. My biggest problem is actually just how much the picks cost. I would do this for the entirety of my streams. Till the event is over. But with it costing pay for stack, can't really pay that much. I go for 1 stack per day and hope for the best. If I could aim 110. Saturday or Sunday. If it would be Sunday, I probably would be good. Because then I have 2 weekend days where I could just exclusively farm and get money. Or AFK on my mob grinder and get pork chop. The money I have extra to buy more shiny orbs. You're 10 too much. We only need 45. But yeah. I know it's a ridiculous high number. But I already have 128 U. Ooh, 25k. That's not bad. That's not bad. The first time I got a bit more money of it. I really just have to do my research tomorrow, what crop is good. Like, farm that on the weekend. I finally need to get an elephant. Or a rabbit, or like any sort of farming pet. Like any would be good. Hate you. How did he get 50 farming for dummies books? Wait, my orb is over there. Oh, wait, to max. Wait, then there are 10? No, there are 9 worlds. Wait, okay, let us count. Wheat, potato, carrot, netherwort, mushroom. Oh wait, cocoa bean, sugar cane, cactus. Oh no, yeah, it's 10. 10. I forgot cactus knife, I think, yesterday. But hey, Raoul. Eh. Pig, you're not making it easy for me here, are you? Could you not do that? Could you please not do that? Thank you. Eesh. The question is what? Farming for dummies or harvesting books? Because harvesting books for many would be pretty good. And with only 7 harvesting books needed, I'm already halfway done to harvesting, which I think it's actually... I don't know how much farming for dummies does. It's just 1 farming fortune, so the harvesting books are way better than the farming for dummies books. If I could get enough harvesting books, I don't know. I also get a level up on fishing. I don't know which level I am. I just know I hate it. Fishing, so I'm happy about every level up. I still don't know how fishing helps me with Ironman. Like the one thing I probably late game fishing that is used. Pork is some more. For non-Ironman player, it's a great way to get some extra money in. Ironman player. Wait, Raoul, you never followed me? Oh wait, no, you were from YouTube, right? Joined on YouTube. It's not your job to say... Just say yes, because if not, I would be... Thanks for the follow. Which do... Really have to go over to YouTube. I think tomorrow I will do YouTube, but I don't have any idea for a thumbnail. I mean, I could slaughter... I probably... if I put like a dagger inside of a pig, YouTube won't like that very much. But that's like the only thing I can think of. So... I mean, it gives you HP through Skyblock levels, or is there something else that gives HP? There. I don't wanna do it. It's boring. And you can't AFK it. Boring, unAFKable task. That's not what I like. Already use a minion. Probably have to make more at some point. Your favor. Yep. But at the moment, I still need so much redstone. I think that I maybe just place redstone down for a while again. Get more super compactor. Maybe half half redstone, half cobblestone, so I really just farm for the super compactors. And for the personal compactor, I don't need it yet. I got the second upgrade, that's more than enough. Even just the first personal compactor was already enough for everything beside wheat farming. Really annoying. Okay, that's enough. Stop. Why should I do that? So. Oh, you mean that text up here, which I don't see. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Oh, you don't see it! There. It's very important. We have to. That's supposed to stay no one's stream. I don't make advertisement for myself anymore in my streams. Sun Tzu. Stay there. But why would you look up potatoes? How did you figure that out? Yep. Don't need grand XP bottles. Ah yeah, by the way, Raoul, I did the math. The animal X's are better than looting 4. Okay, we got 200k money from one stack. 2 million in harvest books. 80k there. Like 3 million, I would say, roughly we made. And it only took us half an hour. So maybe if we do get good money from farming, we could do 2 stacks per day. But really, what is the best crop for farming? And my frames are dying again. Or? Nope. Ah, kinda. Free farming for dummies. And free harvesting. Potato book. I don't... Isn't Underworld still good? I said they haven't unlocked it yet, so... But wait, do I even have to unlock it to activate it? I might just dumb the entire time. Oh, I can just build it, can't I? Check with the search to... But I like the quote. Appear weak when you're strong and strong when you're weak. That is not a good one. I did that too long. And then I broke, and then it took forever to halfway regen. You know, let's get my building tools back. Honestly, I could just throw all of this out. Yeah, I know. So let me really quick check if my pets are aged. All night, every day. It was not annoy you anymore. Needs to have still half an hour. On Rodney. Absolutely ignoring me. I should just have grabbed him. There. Now he ran away and Ara will want to see my melon farm. Are you interested in it? I guess that means yes. Over there. Direction. Yep, Raoul is back. And he followed. Imagine that. He hasn't followed me yet on Twitch. It just did it. Can you imagine that? Imagine not following me. Yeah. We finally reached the amount I had before I went into panic mode. Before my exam time where I was streaming a lot on YouTube. You would assume that being a month away or so. You would imagine being like a month away wouldn't matter for the people. But I had so many unfollows. Like, holy crap. Hey Raoul, do you know if I already can plant netherwort here? You also haven't it unlocked yet? It doesn't matter. Nine. I don't see no symbol. Maybe it's all written by, hey, you're visiting. Yeah, I know. I don't know which gardening level Maybe I have it unlocked and I just don't know it. Here. Does that work without booster? Yeah, that. Ah, 9. I'm not that far away anymore. I mean, you get like boost of 10% per. But it probably doesn't even matter. And I forgot my wood. I'm just thinking, what should I do with all the plots I have left over? If this is growing so quick, what do I do with all the plots I don't need? Even if I do a slightly less optimized farm design? Oh, that's good night, Raoul. Also good. Not missing much. Finishing the farms. Probably try out if I can place. No, I won't put netherwort in already because of one reason. I'm too lazy to buy the way overpriced soul sand. I can't promise that. I'm only realizing it if it's too late. Good night, Raoul. But if I wait till I have reached 10, I can just buy can just use the preset to get the dairy. Way easier than just going ahead and buy it from the builder, which takes forever. Already annoying enough to have to buy stone from. Maybe I could start planting the pumpkins. I could replace the pumpkin patch. Other crop I need. Because I've already finished the farm, it's pretty annoying. Plant them because there's just not enough space to walk around in the farm. You always have to break blocks, and then sometimes you get the water placed right, and just very annoying. I also have to think about a good sugarcane and cacti. Because the last designs I used were not good. I have to think about a better design. Going like this S might be here. Bank? Talisman? Wait. There's a piggy bank talisman? Awkward. Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I think. Oh. Oh, but it breaks like. It's actually not that expensive. Question is it more or less expensive than losing your money? No, it's more expensive. By what? My mod is not up to date. Oh, I actually get more money from selling pork to the NPC than I get from the bazaar. Holy crap. Shouldn't it be really inflated at the moment? But that doesn't really matter for me. That's a price. Hey, lurking. Still here? You're fire. God, guys, I'm really nervous. When this event is over, I have to go and play sister location. Sister location? Probably one of the games I know the least about. Yeah. I'm playing them at the moment from the beginning. Security Breach. So I have them played all when the Rune DLC comes out. And like 2 days ago, like the day before the event started, I managed to pull my first challenge night in FNAF 4. It's arrived night 6. It was really exciting because I never went into the challenge nights. Good bit of lore. Scary, I mean, I've watched. That's the reason why I started playing the games. This is the location I haven't seen. I have seen a lot about. It's more than I do. I'm mixing up lore left and right. I can never remember which is the bite of 83, bite of 87. There's so much. I really want to buy the books, but I'm kind of like, I already have so many books. And there are so many books. I don't have enough space on my bookshelf. I do. I mean, that's how I got into FNAF. Before that, I hated that game more than everything else. Because I hate jump scares. Really. Like, the thing I'm scared the most about in any horror games are the possibility to get a jump scare. I'm missing out like some other horror ambient stuff or like really disturbing stuff because I'm so worried about getting jump scared. And I watched my little brother play it a few years back, or at least fan games of it, and I hated it. Somewhere around Halloween last year, I started playing the first 3, but I couldn't finish the 3rd one. I just couldn't figure out how to defeat the gentle bunny man. How I call it often. Or better spirit. Because his jump scares were always like he was just putting your tablet away. That he's not in your face. That probably was a lot of fun. So, yeah, but I never got after not defeat night 4. Then I was playing Ditched Attraction, which was fun, but then I kinda, yeah, stopped it because I couldn't figure out how to defeat it. But after I got, hey, the FNAF movie comes out and the Ruin DLC comes out and Help Wanted is announced and all that stuff. Even though I won't play Help Wanted. I draw the line in VR. Right. Can't even use my... I'm like, hey, there's Ruin DLC and I really like Security Breach, even though it's not scary. But I mean, that's probably the part why I like it. But it has quite a bit of lore. I like to see myself. Yeah. So I decided to, hey, it's time, and I went back and somehow, like it was on stream, watch it. I managed to beat Five Nights at Freddy's 3 pretty quick. Then I played a fan game of one of Scott's older games. Then I went to 4, and then I had like real big trouble. I could not. I mean, I heard some breathing sometimes, but only if there was no other sound. If there was any other sound, I couldn't figure out that they're breathing. I was just getting jump scared left and right because I didn't hear them breathing and I was just trying the light. But using OBS to adjust this sound and use switching from stereo to mono, to other tricks, I got it pretty quickly. Days ago or so. Then I went back. No, it was 2 days ago. I beat all of them in one night. That was the impressive thing. And then Redbird came in and I was like, oh fuck, no, please, no. How much should I see you? How am I supposed to defeat Redbear? I barely survived Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, and Foxy. But he was so easy. Like, all I did literally was jumping from the left door to the right door to the left door to the right door to the left door to the right door until I hear him laughing. And if I hear him laughing, I would check in the room. One time he tricked me with that. But that was night 7 then. Night 5 and 6? I did with this technique and it was good. I think one time I missed, I clicked the wrong button. Instead of closing the door, I accidentally walked backwards, which then led to him killing me. Because I already had my flashlight out. Already shined into his face. Perfect. The pets are in the cage. is already grown. Oh, there would be a wheat contest in 20 minutes. I swore I once past 11 and I already streamed yesterday past. And now I can remove wheat, sugar, carrot, and potato. Other crop. Figure around. Okay. Oh, do it. You. That should be the preset where I could. Yeah. Oh. I don't have any sugarcane. Fuck. Anything on my island? Did I sold everything? Sugarcane was. That's not a lot either. That is crap. Accidentally used up all my sugarcane. That means the boring task of repeatedly copy pasting words again till I have enough. Oh, I can't change it, can I? Should have been more careful. Build up my. Oh wait, I didn't have the sacks at the point. That's why I don't have anything in storage. Ooh. Oh fuck. There is book. Oh, I hate enchanted. Everything past enchanted carrot is just. Oh gosh. Why? Why would they do that? So unnecessary. Okay, it seems I start over there, go over here, over there, end up here. Ah, perfect. Oh, damn. There. That's from yesterday, where I was still trying to figure out how the damn I built that without teleporter, so... Let me tell you guys, figuring out how to build these farms but without teleporter, that wasn't easy. No, I will never. I had a melon war going on. My opponent stopped the melon war after this update came out and everything changed. But there was still the melon war going on, and the melonkin would have been the end boss, so... I can never go to his farm. Never. There's no way. I might have only farmed till like 15 million, but it doesn't matter. I know. We were tracking it. Or better, I wasn't tracking it. I wasn't that invested in it, but the other person, each player, was so invested in it and tracked it. Oh. Why is there a hole? Oh, I forgot to close it. In theory, it was fun. But for me personally, I have to say I would rather work with someone together. Instead of going completely against each other. But my personality. I know that the average male brain doesn't agree with me on that. No, not like co-op working together, but like we work together, though one of us gets like to the top. No? Like still it's like who will win, but it's not like, hey, I found this super secret technique and I will not tell you. More like, hey, I found this trick, you might want to use it. So here you go, that's the technique, use it. Because especially with me streaming, it would stress me out way too much. Because the other person could just, even if I close my lens, they could just come and look at my farm. And yeah. That would just stress me way too much out. And I mean, even the Great Potato War, that would have been different because first of all, there wasn't that much farming. Most of the farming tools and tricks just got there when it happened. Like, they made it for this potato war. And at least from a perspective of Technoblade, who was the one who would do schemes, and Kid would just then like either watch his videos or get help from other players, which is completely against everything I do. I hate getting help from someone. Yeah. But with me being just streamer, the other person can just come in and get all the information they could ever need. You need information about my secret technique, how I made my farm layout, how do I maxed out my equipment that quick. You can't just look it up. I was in disadvantage in the Melon War, which was already also freaking me out. I was playing completely alone. That already happened. There were YouTube videos out. That. Yep, it is crazy. I need more inventory slots. Well, I don't know people either who actually stick to. I would know a lot of people who would say, "Yeah, hey, let us do that," but then they never do it. Like I had a couple of projects running that people were said, "Yeah, hey, that's cool, let's do it." But then halfway through, depending on what it was, they would never show up, or they would just stop midway. Really have to know the right people that ambitious. I learned this lesson that even people, well, I stream every day, even if you are not pulling it that many viewers, at some point you meet people. I actively went ahead and was looking on servers, doing similar projects, find people who would do it for my project. Not that is the right way. A sign here. Oh damn, it's already after 11. That's that. We had such a nice conversation. I'm pretty sure if you like look around, maybe on Reddit even, you might find people who are right for you. Being that unlucky as I am, that is pretty surprising. You have to be a special type of unlucky to manage that. So sure you can. Okay, good. That, let me tell you, takes a long time. I was farming for a week, like, just melons. AFK, doing other stuff, but I was like, I woke up and I started and I went to bed and I stopped, kinda. I got to 7 or so. Why? Did they change it? Oh yeah. I mean, you can visit my farm, I figured out. No, this farm here is completely AFKable. As much as teleport pets are. It took me 5 hours to build, or to figure out. The building is a bit quicker, especially if you have the tools. This farm is AFKable. All you have to do is change directions with the keypad. And if you, as much as it would be with layered farms and TP pads. If you put on the end of every row a teleport pad, then not, but here I just drop down. You have to calibrate yourself once on exactly 90. Probably the hardest part. Pads. Come, there. And you do something to keep your mouse button down. Hope I still have the... And everything to decide when you have to switch direction, you can do per sound. I mean, you have to have your headphones in anyway to be sure that you're not getting macro checked or so. But you just, I don't know, glue down the button, you don't hear the sound, you there. Confused right now. Oh, I have the thing wrong set up. There, now we go. You have to set it up right. And then you just go. Go down again. You don't hear stuff breaking, so you walk to the other direction. After you did that twice, you have to walk forward a bit. But that is easily AFKable. It is as AFKable as my melon farm was before. Teleport pets I got removed. So that's AFKable. Yeah. I don't know if it's for your standards, but I was like, I want a farm I can AFK for every crop. So I could only use like 4 teleporter or so per crop type. Or between 4 and 8. At 8 somehow. So I would have to switch direction at the end of the line. And it's even better if you have like more plots, because then you can just run longer in one direction. Right now you have to be semi-active just because of how short the rows are. But if you have like 5 plots and you set like up 2 rows of these, that's enough. Walk 1 row in one direction and 1 row in the other direction, and then you are done. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's AFKable enough. That you have to just Let us check my my pigs real quick. What they made while I was gone. 1. I get it 17. 17 every 2 hours. Let me. I need 40 hours. I should be able to get enough pork chop. We'll continue upgrading them till all of them are on level 5. But I should be able to get enough pork chop. Great. I only have to worry about the money, and I actually be able to buy one of the... There we go. All of the minions are on level 5. Great. Great, great, great. I get one. We already have half a stack. But yeah, I have to stop now, guys. It was a really nice stream. I'm really glad that all of you joined. I hope you liked it. Check out my other socials if you want more. I stream regularly on YouTube. I plan on doing some editor. Here we go. You can also join my Discord if you want, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye. How good of the edits I need. Better than the last one, I guess. Like, I am willingly take someone with less experience. Yeah, a few shorts. But this person has to be willingly to improve. So someone who is just doing it and saying that he can't better, I don't need. The problem with longer videos, I don't have the money. I want to put all the money I get through for content creation back into videos. But at the moment, I'm not making any money, though. And pay for... I don't know. I had a few who said they want to do it on the free time. That good. But I mean, I can send you something. Send me an address. But you can just show me what you have. But yeah, whoever does it, I'm willing to take someone with less experience, but they have to be willingly to improve and learn. And they shouldn't get upset if I asked if they change the format to short format and they don't know how to do it and they just don't research it, and I'm like 2 minutes on stream and here it is. Please do it. If auto-generated subtitles are better than what the editor does, it's also not good. But I personally would rather have someone growing with me than getting someone who is perfect. Because then I would be too embarrassed. What? Why are you censored? Oh, it's a link. Can't really send links, but you can go on Discord. DM me. It's just a safety thing. People already sent me a crap ton of bullshit. Like I said, the most important thing is that they're willing to. That is what's important for me. But just dropping because I haven't streamed in a while there. Like I said, I don't have anything against someone who is not good. I wouldn't even have a problem going like, hey, let us just do like, I don't know, 2 months, we just doing shorts and we're not even publishing them. Just for training, you know? But something like that. That was the last upload I was like, that I did, and then I cut this person. Like you see, the subtitles are all over the place. The quality is pretty bad, and that was not my recording. My recording was in full HD. I don't know. I use the same setting. But yet, for example, here I'm asked him to show the crafting recipe, and he does it in full YouTube format, which meant I couldn't use it as short. YouTube wouldn't recognize it as short. This format here I did myself. Like in the other shorts of the series, I did it myself, and that was like the first one where I said, hey dude, you have to do that. That is like one setting. And yeah. And if I show you in comparison, I mean, it's just auto-generated, and I have not listened to the sound at all, and apparently the voice is there twice in. I mean, I used the website to use the format, but I was even sending it to him in the right format. That here, what I that one here, that's on the other channel. I made an extra channel for it. Look, all of that I more or less did with just OBS. I had like, the only thing I had 3 clips, like one doing stuff, one saying hi, and one saying bye. And that's all I had to add together with Wondershare. And that are the basic standard settings. I have not changed anything. It's not even the paid version. And it's already better. So that I just did with auto-generated subtitles, and they are saved on Twitch, and please, someone has to remind me tomorrow. And I normally upload them on YouTube. I can't do it right now because I have to change the standard YouTube thing I sent. Yeah. Save all my streams. Based on YouTube. For a while I was saving them on my PC, but I can imagine that I just run out of storage. Yeah, I have to upload them tomorrow. Honestly, if not, I will lose part of my. I got 69 views. Sure. You can also send it. Oops, don't want to do that. I don't know. You can join the Discord and show it there. Like we on Discord, like look together at the shorts of people doing, because somehow everyone on my Discord is better in doing edits than I am, and somehow I still can't pull an editor. Oh, he showed me the. That is a chat. We also have a list going out how many editor I scared away. To like people I said who did do stuff and then don't do it or just left. I look at it tomorrow, but fuck, it's half. I really have to go to bed. Let us talk about it tomorrow. I look at that, but I have to stand up in 7 hours and go to work. So I'm really sorry, but I have to go. I'm glad. Send me whatever you want, and we talk about it. From where the money has to come. I'm not coming from content creation yet. Not even paying for the expenses I do for. Anyway, let's talk about it tomorrow. I'm excited. I see you then. Good night, guys.